So I was thinking about this. If you were, if you had a life and you had this box, and it was like a box, it was the size of a room, and you're trapped in there for like the rest of your life. You'd want to figure out like things to do to keep you busy, or to be creative, or something to do to pass the time. Uh, so you'd think of anything. You'd think of different ways to to live inside the box until until you got out. But they say think outside the box, so eventually you'd want to get outside the box. And so until you figured that out, you'd pass time in the box and figure out stuff to do, like activities or something. But the main goal would be to leave the box. I don't know, it just popped up into my head, like, whenever you have something, I think you should make the most out of it. Whatever you have, like, if you have a lot of stuff, or if you have just a little bit amount of stuff, whether you're poor or you're rich, you make the most out of it. That's what I think, at least. So if you're trapped in that box, you just make the most out of it until you figure out a way where you can leave that. And that's when you have to think outside the box. I wrote this down on my phone a long time ago, but I think optimists would survive better in a box than pessimists, because I think pessimists think about the past and present, while optimists think about the future and present. Optimists are always looking for ways to, they're optimistic. They look towards the future and see what they can do about it, and they always think about good alternatives. While pessimists, they always look at the bad side of things, and they look at the past, and they either regret or they feel feelings of regret, and that makes them think of the present, and it makes them think pessimistically that they can't do something, or they think negatively. So optimists would fit well in a box. This came up because I was watching this movie about this dude and this girl trapped in this time loop for one day, and they kept reliving that day. But this dude, the main character, the dude, he was an optimist, and he always thought of ways to have fun, like to relax and to enjoy his one day. And each time the day restarted, he'd always look for different ways to have fun, or do something else. But I think the girl was pessimistic, because all she wanted to do was get out of the loop. And so she must have been a pessimist, because she always thought negatively, like she wanted to get out because she thought that being in the time loop was a negative situation. But maybe that pessimistic view was a good thing, because there's pros and cons of being in a time loop. And the pro would be living and doing whatever you want, but the con would be you're trapped and you can't do as much. So the girl thought she was trapped, while the optimistic dude thought it was a heaven for him. But pessimism doesn't have to be bad, because it led to a good outcome of leaving the time loop. Yeah.